welcome back to my channel. It's Cami. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about the e.l.f. x Jkissa To The Rescue palette. This is e.l.f.'s collaboration with Jkissa, who is a YouTuber. This is their second collaboration, and this palette is a bunch of rainbow colors. Like, this is pretty much the entire rainbow right here. So if you wanted to see swatches, review, and an eye look on this palette, just keep watching. Alright, so my eyebrows are already on, and I set my eyes using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I actually want to put on some eye tapes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. These are the e.l.f. eye tapes. I just take one of the strips and cut it in half and then place them on my eyes. Alright, so now that the eye tapes are on, we are ready to go in with the palette. I am thinking of doing kind of like a complementary color makeup look, like the Stupid Love palette by Lady Gaga that we did before. So instead of using blue and orange like I did in that video, I'm going to use the yellows and the purples because yellow is currently my favorite color, and so I'm really excited to play with the yellows and see how it works. So first thing I'm going to go in with is the Morphe M573, and I'm going to take Sadie, the lighter purple right here, and put that all in the crease. I've honestly only recently gotten into colorful eyeshadows, so I'm not a full expert on colorful eyeshadows. I've always been a more neutral gal, but I've been trying to get into more colorful eyeshadows because I think it's just so much fun to play with. The palette is really beautiful and basically a rainbow palette, and so I love that. And this purple blending out perfectly. Now I'm going to take the M433 and I'm going to take the darker purple shade, which is Pretty Girl, and I'm going to run that in the crease a little bit lower than the Sadie shade. Jkissa's first collab, I wasn't really interested in the colors, so I'm really glad that this called for me more. The way it's laid out is unique. I mean, the colors aren't unique, but the way it's laid out is unique in my opinion. Those two colors blended out beautifully, and Pretty Girl seems like a bluish purple while Sadie seems like just a normal all-around purple. So I love that they're different colors of purple but still blends in well together. Now I'm going to go back in with the M573 and Sadie, the lighter purple shade, and go ahead and blend out the Pretty Girl shade because I think I went a little too ham with the color. Make sure that I blend that out. There is quite a bit of kickback on this palette, but that doesn't really bother me all that much. It's just that there will probably be fallout because there's so much kicking up from the brush. That is like a purple smoky heaven right there, and I cannot get over that. That's really beautiful. I'm going to cut out the crease because I want the yellow shades all over the lid to be a little bit more prominent. So I'm going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in medium beige and carve out my lid, doing like a little bit of a half cut crease. So this palette really caught my eye because I've been looking for good yellow eyeshadow. So I'm most excited for the yellow eyeshadows. I'm a little bit scared because when I did go in and swatch the eyeshadows, the yellows were kind of bland and not very pigmented in my opinion. So I'm a little bit scared, but hopefully cutting out the crease will help the yellow eyeshadow pop out more. I know that purple eyeshadows are hard to formulate, so I'm really surprised about how pigmented or how easily the purple blended out in my crease. So far, I've only used the purples, but I'm very impressed by it so far. Now that my half cut crease is done, I'm going to take a Jeffree Star X Morphe JS11 packing brush and Yosemite, the lightest yellow shade, and pack that onto my lid where I put the concealer, and that's not really that pigmented. Oh, that's a disappointing yellow shade. So I'm gonna keep trying to build that up and pack it on as best as I can. I noticed that when you pack it on, like you don't swipe, you pack, it comes out a lot brighter, so. I know yellow shades are also really hard to formulate, which is why I'm on the hunt for really good yellow eyeshadows. Granted, I haven't really used or tried a lot of colorful eyeshadows, so I still have a lot to discover on the yellow eyeshadows. So when you pack on the yellow eyeshadow, it works out a lot better than swiping. It comes out way more pigment. So I would suggest that if you're wanting full pigmentation and opacity on there. So now to blend this harsh line between the purple and the yellow, I'm gonna take my JS6 brush. Gonna take that Sadie shade, the lighter purple, and kind of try to mesh the yellow and the dark purple together. I'm not wanting to put the dark purple between the two because I want kind of more of a gradient effect. So I'm trying to use the lighter purple. That's really pretty. I like that a lot, actually. I obviously don't want to lose all that yellow shade, so I'm really trying to keep the purple Sadie shade right in the middle of the two and not try to bring it in too far. Wow, I really like that. So I've already started a little bit, but I'm going to take my Moda Pro BMX 420 detail brush and that Firefly shade, and I did wet my brush, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner and a little bit on the inner lid, but not bring it all the way in because I still want that Yosemite light yellow shade to show through. But I do want this color on the inner corner because I think it's beautiful. So I'm gonna go and try to pack on more of the yellow shade again, the Yosemite shade, the lighter one, because I don't like how it's more of a mustard color. So I'm really wanting to pack that on to make it more vibrant. So this is all for the lid. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some liner and lashes and finish my face makeup, and we'll come back to finish the lower lash line. All right, so the face makeup is done. I did put on the lip and lashes and liner. So now let's go ahead and go in with the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go in with the Pretty Girl shade, the darker purple, and I'm going to use a Jeffree Star X Morphe JS12 and run that shade on the lower lash line. Now I'm gonna go in with the JS6 and the Sadie shade and smoke out the lower lash line a little bit more. I'm gonna intensify the inner corner shade because that got lost a little bit when I was doing my face makeup. And this is the final look. Now let's go on to the review. All right, so now that the face makeup is on, I can talk to you about some of my impressions on the palette. Let's first talk about the packaging. So the front actually comes blank. It doesn't have all these stickers. The plastic insert that comes with the palette to protect the eyeshadows during shipping actually is a sticker sheet. So you can go ahead and customize it. So I will insert a little picture of how my palette looks. So everyone's palette's gonna look different because everyone will customize it differently. And I put Cami loves Luna because Luna is my baby and I love her. She's my little doggy. So I love that you're able to customize it to however you like. I was actually a little worried that I was gonna mess it up and I wasn't gonna like how it turns out, but I really do enjoy it. It is a plastic packaging and the mirror is huge. It comes with a really nice, decent mirror. As you can see, there's my computer and my monitor. I love that it can sit up like this. So let's also talk about pricing and where you can find it. This palette is on e.l.f. Cosmetics and Ulta, which in Ulta it is still available, and on e.l.f. Cosmetics it is currently sold out. So e.l.f. and Jkissa's To The Rescue eyeshadow palette delivers intense pigmentation with a variety of matte, shimmer, and metallic finishes. Express yourself one step further by customizing your palette with Jkissa sticker sheet included with the palette. This is 100% vegan and cruelty-free. I love the concept of this palette. All of the names of the shadows are based off of dogs that are at the adoption center, and it is called To The Rescue because it is for dogs, so to rescue them, and it's also about her and how colors has always rescued her. So I love both of those concepts a lot. I also love that this palette is actually vegan because a lot of colors are hard to make vegan because of the ingredients that are needed to make it this pigmented. Now that we talked about the packaging and the mirror, let's go ahead and discuss the colors. So it is pretty much a rainbow palette. So it goes from red to purple, just like a rainbow. And I will also insert swatches of the palette. I think I was most impressed with the blue shades because the pigmentation on them is absolutely gorgeous. And I think I was least impressed with the red and the yellow shades, unfortunately, because they didn't show up that great as swatches. Especially the red, like I would expect it to be a little bit more vibrant and more red, but I think it's because it is vegan that it is as subtle as it is. There is a give or take with being vegan and cruelty free there. So on my eyeshadow look, you could see that the purples were just so vibrant and so pigmented, and I love how it came out. The yellows though, the yellow lighter matte shade, wasn't that pigmented and great. I really had to pack it on there to make it vibrant with what I wanted. But the Firefly shade, the shimmery yellow shade, was phenomenal. Like you could even see it this far away. I'm pretty far away from my camera and you could still see it and see the glimmer. I do also want to mention that there was some kickback in the pan. Actually, there was a lot of kickback in the pan. However, there was no fallout on my face, so that is great because you can do your face makeup first if you really want to. However, like it's best if you don't because then you can clean it up if it does, but I didn't experience any fallout. You do get a lot of kickback that you need to blow off from your brush. So these shadows do need a little finessing. I'm really excited to try the blues because they did seem really pigmented, but I really wanted to play with the yellows, which is why they're on my eyes right now, and why I went with this look. So I'd love to continue to play with this palette and provide more looks for you guys. But overall, I do think this is a really great palette, and it's only $20 if I forgot to mention that. This palette is only $20. e.l.f. Cosmetics is a very affordable company, so I love that this palette is affordable. For the price, I think it's worth it. However, you do need to play around with it a little bit because some of the shadows aren't going to show up as pigmented as you would like. Obviously, with the shimmer shades, you can go ahead and wet your brush and it'll look just as vibrant, but with some of the matte shades, they're kind of lackluster and not that pigmented, so you kind of have to pack it on and really work with it. But I think this is a really great palette if you are looking to play around with color but aren't willing to spend so much money, because with this affordable palette, you have every single rainbow shade you can think of, obviously, and you can go ahead and play with it and see if you want to purchase more colorful eyeshadows or if this is good enough for you. I also love the way she laid everything out. I love that this row is like the lighter matte shades, the middle row is the darker matte shades, and then this row is the shimmer shades. So I love that you can pretty much make an eye look just like going straight down and make a monochromatic eye look just with that. I think the next time I want to make maybe a monochromatic blue look or a monochromatic yellow look, but I love that it's laid out so it's really user friendly, especially for someone starting out with color. I do recommend this palette if you are not willing to spend a little bit and to work a little bit with it, then I don't think you will like this palette. But if you are wanting to get into color and you're looking to not spend an arm and a leg to get some colorful eyeshadows, I think these are great. If you are thinking about purchasing it, I'd say go ahead and do it because you will not regret it. Alright guys, so that is my review on the e.l.f. x Jkissa to the Rescue eyeshadow palette. I hope you love the eye look because I really do love the eye look and I'm really excited to play with this more. Let me know if you guys are interested in this palette and if you want to pick it up. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!